as well as quality. But we want you to get the best quality experience with the Trillant experience, the T3 concept, and the Trillando marketplace is one of the 3 pillars of the Trillant ecosystem. Okay. So as I said, and as I mentioned and introduced myself before, you can go to Flow Inc. on the Trillando website, where after you enter the name of my business, once it appears, you'll of course have to look through a couple of different options that are here. What's going on? Where am I at? Show. Oh, it doesn't have me listed. Huh. Well, that may need to change, and maybe something's going on with my KYB, but
What it is.
that's probably.
But you're still there. You're just not KYB. And right now they're only listing those that are KYB. If you're not active, you can still be found, but you won't be found there.
There we go. So I am on the Trillando marketplace, but I guess my KYB is still pending review. So, you know, and that's also something that we can discuss in this presentation today as well. All right. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with where to find the information, if you have not already been to the Trillant.com website, I highly encourage you to go there. In fact, we're going to watch this brief video, which gives you the bulk of what Trillant is all about. And then I'll show you where to find some of the paperwork, the white papers, you know, the legal information that many people may and definitely should review, because you need to understand what kind of opportunity this is, okay? This presentation, if I have not already said it, is not financial advice. We're just giving you the information and providing you with a form of education to better familiarize yourself with the Trillant opportunity. So we've already shown you what Trillando is. Let's go ahead and discuss the bulk of what Trillant is. Technology today, boy, I tell you what. It will play.
Witnessing the most powerfully economic change of all time. The most powerful and lasting economic change of all time. While many outdated structures and services are simply disappearing from the market.
I want you to get the full experience of this video. So let me let this load up a little bit more, because maybe it's, you know, we're slowing down the system. That's never a bad thing. It just shows how many people are interested and how many people are going on to the website. When things move slow, it's usually an indication to those high interests.
We are witnessing the most powerful and lasting economic change of all time. How many outdated structures and services are simply disappearing from the market. New technologically advanced systems are relentlessly pushing forward. These are in the process of completely redefining the entire market, and some of them will, no doubt, dominate the market.
You know, I'm not going to subject you all to this stop and go video. If you want to check out the video and you haven't already, go to trillant.com and click on the video to see what we want you to see. All right. The bulk of the information. For those that may be more literary learners, all right, here's where you can also go to review the white papers and download those for your own personal review. All right. The white papers review is basically all the information about the Trillant project. If you haven't had an opportunity to look at it, you know, not only does it give you the description of each pillar, but it also gives you some insight on what it is or how it is that the company operates. All right. Now, it does come with the legal disclaimer, of course, at the very beginning, because like any and all cryptocurrency projects, without there being any regulations, there is a standard that each cryptocurrency project is supposed to at least attempt to meet. And that is the KYC, also known as the Know Your Client or Know Your Customer verification process. All right. This is a part of the anti-money laundering laws that exist worldwide to reduce the possibility of money laundering or, you know, the mixing and mingling of dirty money with our clean money. Okay, so Trillant goes through a number of guidelines and requirements to make sure that not only is the company protected, but also the members are protected in the same capacity. All right. So other things that you'll see along with the white papers or in the white papers will be the information on basically the 3 pillars, right? And here on the main website, we can go and check those things out. The Trillant value token is basically your investment vehicle. Okay, now this investment vehicle operates on a proof of staking consensus mechanism. All right, basically what that means is that members lock up their funds for a period of their choosing. There are 2 options. All right, and of those 2 options, you have a short-term option, which allows you the option to stake for a period of 1.5 months, 3 months, or 6 months. And they offer different percentages or rates of return based on those staking periods. All right. So for the time that you stake, your funds are locked for that period of time, and they will become unlocked and available to you to withdraw from the system when available in the form of Trillant. Okay. Now, the other means of staking is in the long-term staking opportunity. The long-term staking opportunity is a 1-year staking contract, which offers you a 50% rate of return on your investment. Okay. Now, Trillant is a digital asset, and as a digital asset, the value token known as Trillant is an ERC20 token, which means that you can exchange it on external exchanges like xt.com or coinstore.com for USDT, which is currently the most liquid form of trading pair available for Trillant. It's the only trading pair available for Trillant, as it were. So I'm not wrong to make that statement. Okay. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with xt.com, you're not familiar with staking, I definitely want to encourage you to contact the person who invited you to today's presentation and ask them for their assistance in helping you navigate through these platforms safely and with amounts of money that you feel comfortable going without for a period of time or even potentially losing, all right? Because like with any investment, there's always a risk. And it's important that each individual knows that there is a risk. But for those of us in this Trillant community, we have your best interests at heart. And so we want to do what's in your best interest. We're never going to push you to make ungodly investment amounts. We're never going to tell you that we're never going to hide from you any information, because for one, the company also does a great job of making sure that every week, right around this time, each member of the community gets a weekly newsletter, which gives them the updates of what's happening. So for those members who have not, reviewed their weekly newsletter, are not familiar with some of the latest and greatest news, I definitely encourage you to take a look at your weekly newsletter. It's going and being sent to the email that you registered your Trillant account with, all right? Now, unlike other staking projects that exist out there, right, where you invest in a volatile currency and you're rewarded in a volatile currency, the Trillant ecosystem, or the Trillant project rather, when you stake in the Trillant value token, you're rewarded in the Trillant stable coin, all right? The stable pay coin is our digital currency, which we use within the Trillant ecosystem, all right? It is tethered 1 Trillant to $1. All right. Now, this also gives members the added security of knowing that you're not receiving weekly payouts. And yes, I did say that. You receive a weekly payout in a stable currency, not one that will fluctuate with the volatility of the market. Okay. So currently, the Trillant stablecoin is not withdrawable from out of the Trillant ecosystem, but it is said to be withdrawable end of second quarter 2023. And, you know, since cryptocurrency is pure speculation, there are members who have speculated that it may take longer. Now, that just basically means that information is always subject to change, okay? And I say that because I want you to have in full transparency the knowledge of anyone in the community who's already said, there's a possibility of this taking longer for us to withdraw, because the company wants to make sure that the members' payouts, their investments, and the methods and means that they'll be able to withdraw are working properly. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I would rather wait for my money to arrive in the best possible way with the least amount of issues. And if that means waiting a little bit longer, I'm perfectly comfortable with waiting. Patience is a virtue that I've grown to learn to cultivate, all right? So I want to encourage other members in the community, cultivate some patience, allow the company to do what's in the best interest of the members, which is make sure that we have a viable means to withdraw, okay? Now, the Trillant stablecoin is also an ERC20 token, or currency on the Ethereum blockchain. And so that means that when you withdraw the Trillant stablecoin, you'll be able to exchange it for other cryptocurrencies, other foreign currencies as well, dollar, euro, pound, etc., when that coin is withdrawable, okay? And what as you are being paid out in this Trillant stablecoin on a weekly basis, you can choose what you will want to do with your stablecoin in the future. Now, if that means that you withdraw some Trillant to purchase some Trillant value token on an external exchange, because you can no longer buy or purchase the Trillant value token in the Trillant back office. You can only do it on xt.com or CoinStore. Maybe perhaps you take your payout, you purchase some Trillant, right? You then send it back into your Trillant back office, where you engage in what's called arbitrage. And I'm going to touch on what arbitrage is in a moment, but basically it's members taking advantage of the price differences on two different exchanges. So for those who were in the room when just before the presentation started, you know, some members said that the price of the coin, of the value token, excuse me, had gone down to below that of a penny. Now, if you're purchasing right now, this is probably the best time to take whatever you can afford to spend or invest on your Trillant value token. And you can use amounts as low as $25 to really take advantage of arbitrage in its purest fashion, all right? So let's say that you take the $25, and I'll show you an example of this. You take $25 of your Trillant, you withdraw it to, you know, xt.com, you purchase $25 of Trillant, minus the service fees, you send it back into your Trillant back office. And because the value token in your back office is at 5 cents per token, when you stake the same value token amount in your Trillant back office, members are seeing anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000% growth, okay, like just in the transfer alone. And then they're able to then take advantage of the short-term or long-term staking option. I am a little bit biased, call me prejudiced, if you will, towards the long-term staking option, because it also gives you some additional benefits, which I'll touch on in the demonstration of what arbitrage is. But with your Trillant stablecoin, you can also shop on the website, like I showed you before, trillando.com, where you can use your Trillant as a form of currency to purchase goods and services offered by the merchants that are KYB, know your business, verified on the Trillant marketplace. Merchants like Pam, if I'm not mistaken, you're KYB verified, are you not? And here,
Yeah,
we'll go ahead and just do a quick search of my lovely co-host
I'm in the
business.
same situation you are in.
Okay, so we're not going to go ahead and show that demonstration. All right. But
Right.
you know, for those merchants, those of us merchants in the United States, our KYB process is still pending review. Okay, the KYB process is still being completed. All right, so while our UK merchants are visible on the Trillant marketplace, some and if not many of our US merchants are not visible on the Trillant marketplace. So definitely feel free to contact those merchants in the Trillant marketplace. Their contact information is available for you to reach out by either phone number or by email, and ask them, hey, are you shipping products to the United States? Are you shipping products to other countries outside of the United Kingdom? And yeah, you know, you contacting those merchants that are KYB is also a verification and an assurity if you don't recognize it to be one, and knowing that Trillant is only doing business with real world companies that are registered in their countries of origin, their nations of origin, and they're prepared to do business in the best possible way. My partner, what you wanted to add into that?
I was just going to say, Louisa said that you can use hers. She is KYB approved or can be located there. So
Right.
I wanted to just show the people that.
Absolutely. Her business name, please.
Accentuation, ACCENTUATION.
Accentuation.
Yes.
All right. And there it is. So for those that are interested, Accentuation is a unique privately owned business operated company that specializes in custom LED lighting system installations geared towards satisfying the most discriminate taste at affordable prices. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in some LED lighting, definitely check out Accentuation, one of our KYB US verified members, online and ready to do business. All right. Pam, would you ask us, our merchant, to go ahead and unmute themselves and just kind of give a little brief description of who they are, talk to the people, you know, and because we want real people, we want to show the community and those that are viewing this that we're doing business with real people who are interested in providing you quality goods and services. So let me stop sharing real quick so that way.
Go ahead. There's Louisa.
Louisa, when you're ready, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Oh, hi. Well, we have actually two businesses. One of them is the Accentuation, where we provide lighting system and underneath cabinets and lighting around the swimming pool. And we operate in Illinois, in Chicago. And we did some we had some merchants, but we had to stop because we were not KYB and we were waiting for this to start.
Mm-hmm. So, Louisa, now that you have been KYB verified, right, and you're vetted with Trillant, would you mind telling me, like, what initially caught your interest about the Trillant?
Actually, I'm not KYB. I am
okay
verified.
You're pending.
I am not KYB verified.
Okay.
Yeah, I
so,
enter all the. I'm waiting.
All right. So
okay.
with your verification pending, thank you for correcting me. What initially caught your interest about Trillant as a marketplace?
Well, it increases my business, and I immediately it's just that increase my business and our name out there. And actually, we normally are recommended by customers because they have their work. Now we are receiving so many calls for people that see our name out there, our product, and they like it. So yeah, it had been a tremendous increase in phone calls, and people wanted to get an estimate. So yes, to put the name out there, it helped us a lot.
Absolutely. You know, what I heard, and if you would, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Trillant offered you an opportunity to differentiate yourself, not to compete with other.
Absolutely. Mhm.
And so like just because you're able to differentiate yourself and promote yourself to a community of like-minded individuals who see the value of cryptocurrency, it's increased awareness of your business and your brand. And it's helped you both in the crypto world, but also in the real world as well. Is that
And
correct?
actually, yeah, that is correct. And I also saw that they were willing to do more because they could afford the crypto coin. So yeah, we had orders that they were in a higher volume, a higher taste because of crypto. They were when you had to pay the other way that we use in the US dollar, the orders were more limited.
Mhm. Well, you're right. You know, so what I wanted to do is, Ms. Luisa, thank you very much for sharing your experience and for
Thank
also
you.
sharing with our community and with those that are, you know, considering participating with our community, you know, your business. I want to go ahead and ask you to just mute yourself and just take this as an opportunity to show members and potential members, not to incentivize them towards membership, but to see how Trillant works on the back end as far as an investment vehicle, how members are getting paid out, and what you know, this also means as a form of passive or residual income, right? So anyone want to go ahead and drop into the chat right now the cost of the value token right now? Please go ahead and do so. Pam, if you want to just give me the price real quick, that also works.
Okay, give me just a second, and I'm going there right now. Unless someone else has it before I do.
All right. And if anybody does,
It's currently 4085.
40,
0004085.
all right.
Well, it just changed. It's 4042.
All right. So I'm going to be sharing this spreadsheet. This spreadsheet is not to incentivize anyone for, you know, any financial gain or anything else like that. This is not, this is also just an illustration. It's an illustration of hypothetical scenarios in a world where there were no service fees. Okay, so anything that you see that's projected here in this spreadsheet is purely for hypothetical illustration only and should not be taken as any type of guarantee towards what your profits will be. All right, it's just an estimate of what you can look at in the near future. So our price being at 0.0004085 soon. I guess it's just my system that's moving slow today. And Pam is giving me the nod, yes. So my system's a little laggy,
It's okay.
but what I can do is I'm going to share this. Let's see if I can share a little faster than I can enter the information. And Pam, if I can, or if you would you share your screen with this spreadsheet uploaded?
Let me let's see. You gotta make me able to share it.
Okay. Let me stop sharing. since you've already got it loaded. Participants. Okay, share screen.
Where did it go?
And go ahead, if you're ready, you can go ahead and share your screen when you're ready.
Don't have it. You gotta send me that. I don't have that.
Let me pull it back up.
Okay.
See, go.
You send it on Telegram, I'll get it faster.
I
Oh,
just.
there you go.
There you go.
I got it. Okay, and now I can share.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, and we're not going to take up any more of your time after we, get through this brief demonstration. We're going to open up the floor for quick question and answer. Please bear in mind, Pam and myself, nor any other member in this call are employees of the company. So we're only able to give you member-oriented information, all right? So Pam, if you're ready, go ahead and under Exchange A, go ahead and enter that price.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So
It's not.
there, and at the top,
Mhm.
just double click it and then you can enter the price, or just start pressing the buttons 0.004.
It's not allowing me to.
It's not allowing you to. What? Is that?
Let's see if I get it now. Okay, see, I'm clicking in the box, but it's nothing happening.
Ah, okay, hold on. I know what's happening. So I gotta.
Why don't I give you access?
That'll work. Let's see.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do this. Nope, it's not allowing.
Okay, you got access now, so you can do it. By the way, it's 4033 right now. Try it.
It's not even letting me do it. So I guess I have it locked on my end.
It won't.
So
Yeah.
let's see. All right, we really want to show this. So let me see. Am I able to make any corrections? All right, let me try taking sharing my screen again.
Good.
Let's see. Share. And in fact,
It's a great tool, though.
it certainly is.
Mhm.
And this spreadsheet was designed and created by myself and another member of the community. A lot of members in the community have come together to collaborate on these types of projects. Again, not to incentivize anybody, but just to create hypothetical scenarios and illustrations of what their profits can be. And like another tool that you can also use is profitc.com. So let's just go there, or profitc.app, excuse me. And on this website, you'll be able to, in a similar fashion, enter the price of the value token, what it currently is, and then compare what your potential rate of return would be just in a transfer. And this is just to give you an illustration of what arbitrage is and how it works, and how it's also benefited many of the members in the community as well. All right. One of the first places that we heard and started discussing arbitrage was right here with Pam and myself in our peer-to-peer news and updates, which we were hosting quite frequently before in the past. Now, we're not doing those currently, and we may not be doing those for a little bit longer, only because with so much access to the newsletter and without there being any major changes, it's not really much for us to report on that you aren't already getting access to. But if you do have questions, feel free to, I'm gonna put myself out there, and if Pam also would like to as well, feel free to reach out to me through Telegram by clicking on my member contact number in the Telegram Top Team English chat. That way you'll get directly in contact with me. And please be, if it's our first time speaking, just do the advanced thing and send me a screenshot of your Teams page, so that way I know you're not trying to scam me, okay? Because hi Prince doesn't work. That's the way that most scammers initiate a conversation, all right? So
Hello.
yeah. So the
And don't
initial,
get caught up in that.
yeah. The initial coin, the current live token price is at 4.0004.
034.
Right? And when you transfer it to your back office, right?
Right.
Here it is that we have a 12,000% gain
Increase. Mhm.
just in the transfer. So now I want you to look at the initial coin price here listed as the price on an external exchange. This is the price on xt.com. For new and prospective members, if you're not already registered or if you're not familiar with xt.com, please get in contact with the person who invited you to today's presentation, get their invite link for xt or coinstore.com, and ask them to help you navigate. Now, if you purchased, like I said, even a very modest amount, like $25, right, at the live token price of 0.00040034, and then in that, you send it from XT or Coinstore to your Trillant back office, where the price is 0.05 cents, right? For 5 cents per token. We are looking at a 12,000% profit or gain just in a transfer. All right. So from $25 to $3,073.66. All right. But wait, there is more. You have the option to then stake for short term and long term. Now, the long term numbers are a little bit easier to calculate. So from 3,000, if you choose to stake for 50% for a 1-year time period where that $3,000 is locked up from the day that you stake, right? You will earn $1,500 and some odd, cents and some change as a result, or as a reward of staking for that 1-year period. All right. So you go from $25 to a $3,000 profit plus an additional $1,500 and then some just in staking. Okay. And now all you've got to do in order to get the remaining difference is wait for a year time period. But every week that goes by, you'll be earning 0.96% of that total reward. Okay. So of the total 1,500, which is the 50%, right? Because we're using very basic numbers. 1,500 is 50% of the 3,000, right? You get 9.96% of that every week from day 1 of week 2. Okay. So you stake in the following week, your first payout would happen 7 days later. Bam, 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 52 payouts. You get a total of 1,500. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, can I please see some emojis or some chat in the chat box? Okay. Are we making sense? Am I cooking with oil? It makes sense. I see 11. John is saying yes. Ken is saying yes. I'm getting direct messages, so you may not see it in the chat, but I'm seeing the direct message, and I appreciate everybody sending me the direct message. Tom is saying 1, so that means yes. All right. So now I can go ahead and increase these numbers, because we do have those that are capable of making larger investments. Again, only what you can afford to invest, right? Only what you can afford to go without. So $250, right? turns into $30,000. Stake for 1 year period, that's an additional how much? 15,000, right? Because we're using basic numbers. We're using only simple math, all right? Let's go ahead and add another zero. So from 250, let's go to 2,500, right? $2,500 can now yield you 307,000 just in a transfer. This is arbitrage, okay? Now, I want to say again, though you get this 50%, there are members in the community and there is the potential for individuals to be demanding of their payout sooner than later, all right? Hey, I took out a loan to make an investment into that. Whoa, 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 not encouraged here. Hey, I took my student loan payment. I took my rent. Whoa, 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 not encouraged here, all right? What am I encouraging? What you can afford to go without for at least a year, okay? What you can also, be comfortable with losing as well, because there is that risk, all right? However, even in the traditional marketplace, high risk, high reward. You got to be willing to take the risk or calculate for yourself what is comfortable for you, all right? So for those that can afford to go higher than 2,500, and let's say that you want to throw another zero on it, and you want to go 25,000, we're showing you that with the Trillant opportunity, you can go from very modest amounts to very large rewards and payouts, okay? It all depends on what you can do and what you're willing to do in order to patiently await that reward, okay? But, I've shown a number of members how to use these small, modest amounts, all right? Like I've had members say, oh, I want to throw $50,000 in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now that I know that you want to do 50, I want you to consider doing half that right now, because if I show you the benefits in a short period of time, I think you'll feel more comfortable over a longer period of time, keep maintaining a relationship with me because I have your best interests at heart. In the event that something happens, I want you to at least be able to say, Prince, you did right by me. I was ready to go a little bit higher, but you told me slow down, okay? You showed me how to use half of what I initially wanted to invest, and I made way more than I would have. And at the end of the year, I'm still very happy. I'm not mad at the fact that you told me slow down and I still made a large amount of money, okay? I'd rather be that guy, okay? I'd also rather be the guy who, perhaps maybe my calculation is wrong and I'm undershooting the projection, okay? I'd rather you tell me, Prince, you were wrong about your calculations. With your calculations, I actually made more than what you projected. I'd rather be that guy, okay? So now at this point, I'm gonna stop showing any information. I've shown you where to access the information. I hope that you feel empowered and at the very least, very well informed. And now I open up the floor for questions and answers. We're about 17 to the hour, all right? Regardless of where you are in the world, I appreciate you joining us tonight. For those members in the UK, for our members in the US and outside of the UK, I appreciate you starting your day, your afternoon, your mid-morning, whatever time of the day it is with us. In order to ask a question, and I see one person say, add one more zero, please. I'll add one more zero for the person who asked me to add one more zero. So to add one more zero, we're going from 25,000 to 250,000. And at 250,000, we're looking at $30 million, all right? Now, if you stake for the 1 year period, what is half of 30 million? That's right, 15 million, all right? We're using very simple math to give you an idea of what you can look at in the future, all right? What can your Trillant ecosystem do for you, all right? Now, for those members in the community, I know there's going to be a question about, limitations on how much you can spend. Yes, there is currently a 10,000 Trillant stable coin limit that you can make every 30 days. All right. So if you start sending money today to a vendor or a merchant like Accentuation or Pam or myself, if you spend less than 10,000, remember that's still going towards your total balance of 30,000. And once you hit that 30,000, you're going to be capped for 30 days. All right. So you're not going to be able to spend more than $30,000, 10,000 for the next 30 days. 10,000 stable coin for 30 days. Trillant also gives you, the user and the member, the ability to choose how to make your money, how to spend your money, and where to send it. So one of the added benefits of Trillant Value Coin is that you can send money. You can send like your Trillant stablecoin from one place in the world to another place in the world faster than you could with MoneyGram, Western Union, or some of the other third-party money financial services, that provide you that type of service of transferring. All right, and at a much more affordable price, right? And for some people that might just be time, okay? Because hey, time is a very valuable asset. And if you're spending time waiting for transactions to get from point A to point B, are you losing value in that time? Are you losing the speed and the urgency at which you may need to operate because of that time as well? Okay, so we want you to see Trillant and the three pillars of the Trillant system as an opportunity for financial independence. Maybe not necessarily what you may see for today, but in the near future, we want you to understand that digital forms of payment have not gone anywhere, and that currently there are more digital forms of payment and money sending services that are coming out every day to provide you some type of, better usability and function, right? But here, we're giving you the quality and assurance of knowing that you're working with a company that is only working with people that are KYC verified, KYB verified, protecting your investments, protecting your community, protecting your privacy as well. All right. And you can choose to view the Trillant opportunity in any capacity that you might want to, but like at the very least, as someone who is developing as a financial wellness coach, there are a couple of other traditional financial products out there that exist that you could liken Trillant to. But again, because Trillant is a cryptocurrency, it's not the same. So I'm going to preface each one of those, likenesses with this, caveat, if you will. Cryptocurrency is not like your traditional securities market. So we can't afford to treat it like the traditional securities market. All right. Your expectations for it, payout, cash outs, all that other stuff, rates of return. We're looking at a completely different era of finance. And that's one of the claims to fame that Trillant is offering its members as well. You're engaging in a completely new era of finance with Trillant. You have the total power to see this as, a bond security, right? Where you're making an investment, and over the staking period that you make that investment, you get compensated on a weekly basis. It's not a dividend, right? Trillant is not that type of investment company where you're earning dividends. So please don't ask the question of, do we get dividends? The easy answer, no, you get no dividends. This is not that type of project. All right. You could see this as a potential stock, right? Because it is on an exchange, it's over the counter. And as you can purchase the Trillant Value Token, a volatile asset, on xt.com or coinstore.com, understand that the volatility of those marketplaces and those exchanges do apply, right? So you could completely, totally buy Trillant value token as your traditional stock option. But again, there are no dividends. It's not common stock and it's not preferred. There's no board of directors. There's no voting that happens. There is no participation or involvement with the company whatsoever. So it's not your traditional stock security, right? But it does offer you a pretty interesting rate of return if you choose to stake it, right? You could go ahead and purchase it, engage in the volatile marketplace, say, oh, it's going to get up to this price point. Yeah, it may. How long is it going to take to get there, right? I like to deal in realism. I think a lot of members on this call today are also interested in dealing in realism. If you think that the price of Trillant value token is going to go to 15 cents, I'm right there with you. I'm riding the wagon with you in good weather, in bad weather, in fair weather, in all weather. I'm not a fair weather fan, right? I'm sticking on this wagon, whether the road is rocky or it's smooth, okay? However, understand the real benefits are not in the volatile marketplace, they're in the staking benefits. So if we look at the staking concept, right? The staking concept offers you an income over the course of 1 year. 50% of whatever it is that you invest is what your 50% income will be if you opt for the long-term benefit, right? The long-term option. In that capacity, you could compare Trillant staking as an annuity product, right? Where you make an investment and you receive a weekly income based on your investment amount, okay? So there's your annuity product, if you will, right? But unlike your traditional annuity security, there's no 401k, there's no IRA that you're paying into in order for you to make it happen. It's based on strictly your capital, which means what can you afford to invest into an annuity that you basically create. Other people might look at this and say, you know what? It's an IRA. It's an individual retirement account. It certainly could be if you want to look at it that way. However, you have up to 1 year to benefit from the rewards of making contributions into that IRA-like product. And again, at the end of 1 year or whatever your staking term is, you have the responsibility of renewing that contract. So unlike your annuities or your other traditional stocks and bonds or other security products, this is not an asset that is under management except your own, right? This is not an asset under management, an AUM. This means that you, the individual, have the due diligence and the responsibility to be actively involved in not only being duly informed and educated with what's happening with your project, but also your money is your business. If you don't understand how your money is making money for you, you don't understand your business. And how will anyone else understand your business if you are looking at the passive means of gaining income through sharing the Trillant opportunity, right? Some people look at this as a network marketing business. I look at this as a network marketing business because by sharing this opportunity with others, I get a compensation. I receive a 10% compensation as a direct override on any profits that are made by anyone that I share this opportunity with, right? So now, does that put me in a fiduciary capacity? Absolutely, it does. It may not put me in an official fiduciary capacity where I need a license or I have to sign some paperwork, but it does mean that I have a responsibility to do what's in your best interest. Okay, so I'm passing that responsibility on to everyone that's on this call, because I want you to also operate in the best interest of anyone that you share this Trillant opportunity with. It only means that we improve the security and well-being of this Trillant project, right? It only means that anyone who comes into contact with a member of the Trillant community, they're not going to be able to say they didn't have my best interest at heart. They didn't tell me use only what you can afford to lose. Hey, slow down. Use half of what you're prepared to invest right now. Look at it over a period of time and see what it yields you, right? You're going to get that quality here amongst this community, all right? And especially if you're a member of the Trillant top team English chat. We're only going to talk about the things that are benefiting you in this opportunity as a network marketer if you want to operate in such a capacity, all right? Look at it as a business. Your money is a business. If you share this opportunity with other people, you're building your own organization, and that means you're also building a larger business. Take your business seriously, all right? Do we have any questions in the chat, Pam, that you're seeing? Do we have any?
There was one from Gene, but I think I answered it. He
Okay.
wanted to know, as 1 year mark approaching on Trillant, is there anything in place yet for members who want to withdraw their money? When would they be able to start the process if they are choosing to do so? I did respond by letting him know that not at this time do we have a date or anything in place other than completing your KYC. So when that time does come, which, again, you said at the beginning, the end of second quarter 23, however, things change beyond our control. So right now, get your KYC done so that when that time comes, you will be able to withdraw. And I think as far as we know right now, there are some limits because you're not going to be able to go in there and just drain the bank and, crash the company now. Can't go trying to get all of your millions out right now as soon as, we're able. But the overall answer to that is no, we don't have anything in place at this time and we don't have a date. We are all waiting, with anticipation, and we want it to be done properly. And we want it to be where this company and the business is sustainable. So that's the only question I see right now. That's it.
All right. And in the same artery and vein of what Pam just mentioned, if anyone has a shorter 1 year staking period than October 1st, 2023, I don't anticipate you being able to withdraw sooner than most of our earliest members. All right. Like if you have a staking period shorter or earlier than October 1st, 2023 or 2022, that's the only way that you're going to have any kind of time requirement that exceeds anyone else's that's on this call currently. For the most part, Pam, when did you stake your tokens when you first got in?
Wow, the first week, right? I don't remember, but I did do one that was a short-term one. I think it was like the 3-month one or something like that. But anyway, you know what they do? They pay you out weekly, and then the remaining stays in Trillant. I mean, Tree to do with as I wished. And so what did I do? I turned around and restaked it because that's beneficial. So.
And I'm glad that you said that, Pam, because like for the short-term staking contract, that's exactly it. Like, and this is going to be the same thing for the long-term staking contract. And this is also in your white papers. When your staking contract ends, you'll be able to withdraw in the Trillant value token. Now, currently, arbitrage works in your favor as a buying strategy. As a selling strategy, arbitrage works against you. So if you try to withdraw your Tree value token in Tree at the current prices, please understand that you're losing money in that withdrawal. Okay. What can you do? You can hold it, right? Basically hold it. You bought it, you're holding it. It's in a secure place, and you can consider your Trillant wallet as a wallet. You're in a hold status. It's not subject to the volatility of the marketplace. So it's a good thing, right? But it's not making you any money. So you have the option of doing the second thing, which is restaking again those same value tokens after they've been unlocked into either another short-term staking contract, or you can decide how you want to do it, because it's your money and we're not going to tell you what to do. If you want to put a portion of it in a short-term staking contract, do it. You want to put another portion of it into a long-term staking contract, you also have that opportunity, all right? But just remember that your value tokens, after they are unlocked for that short-term or long-term staking period, they will be held in a hold status in your Trillant wallet, waiting for you to do something with it, okay? So what that will be is up to you. Sven, appreciate you being on this call. You always have great questions and commentary. And I appreciate you already putting your video on. Please unmute yourself when you are prompted. And thank you again for joining us. I did see another question from Daniela.
I have
She
another
sent me
question
another
also.
question. All right, so I'm going to answer Daniela's question after we answer Sven's question or his comment. What's going on?
Hi,
Ben?
everybody.
It's good to see you.
Hello.
Hi. So I just wanted to share something I thought was pretty cool. I recently went to visit my family in Switzerland.
Mhm.
And two of my really good friends who actually turned me into Paraiba that time, they both have businesses and they have done the KYB and they're earning money with Trillant. And they also get paid out. So I thought that was very, I don't know, that gave me a lot of hope. So how it works is when they ask for their money, it takes about 2 weeks, but on multiple occasions now, they have been paid without any issues. And the other cool thing I did when I was there, through the marketplace, I personally purchased 2 Apple iPads. The order is in, and it has. They have told me it's going to take 6 weeks, and then it will ship out. So I'll keep you posted on that. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys. You know, that's it. Thank you.
Sven,
Great.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And I think that, like, you know, even though everyone else is muted, I just heard a sigh of relief come from the entire community right now. That's highly encouraging to know that merchants in the UK and Sweden, as you mentioned, are already starting to get their payouts. That's very assuring. And like for anyone else that also agrees with that, please drop some 5s in the chat, put an emoji up, let us know that what Sven just shared with us means something, important to you. If you're not excited about your business, who else is going to get excited about your business, right? So Sven, thank you again. Did you want to add anything else to that?
Well, I got a question, yes. I noticed that in the Telegram chats, that in most of them, I cannot participate as far as giving any comments up. It says on the bottom that I'm not allowed, and I'm wondering why that is.
So to that question, and it's a very good question, Michael Zavitz, owner of the Trillant Top Team English chat, has muted all but a few members to add commentary to the group chat. So you're not alone in not being able to comment in that chat. As far as any other group chat where you're not able to comment, I know that we're in another group chat together and you seem to always be able to comment in that one. But
yes,
as far as other group chats, you may have to speak to the owners of those chats to find out why you're not able to comment. And especially if you're adding positive commentary like you just did today, so I appreciate that.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much. That's all I have.
Thank you, Sven.
Yeah.
Good to see you. We're going to bump into each other because Florida is not a big state. It is not that big
Yeah,
of a state.
that'd be awesome.
We're going to bump into
As
each
a
other.
matter of fact, I'm going to do the KYB pretty soon with my business.
Okay.
But I believe that I have to do a second Trillant account, but I'm not sure on that, how that really works to get my business involved, because I have everything on a personal level. So the KYC has worked, but the KYB, I guess, is another avenue, perhaps.
Okay. That is interesting. And because that's also something that's more specific to merchants. You and I, let's talk offline and let's see what we can come up with or what we can figure out in that regard, so that way we'll be able to share that with the rest of the merchant community and specifically the merchant community, because, there is a bit of a difference between the merchants and the non-merchants, and what definitely impacts the merchants doesn't impact the members per se, but it can. Right.
Okay.
But those are unique circumstances. And so those members that are merchants, we got to talk. We got to figure those things out.
Okay. Super.
Right? So thank you again, Sven. If you wouldn't mind, please mute
My
yourself
pleasure.
if you can. And
Yes.
Daniela, I got your question. Do we have instruction on how to get the stable coin to the bank or not yet? Daniela, if I'm not mistaken, you're in the US. So remember that for US members, in regards to making any withdrawals from the system, one, the stable coin is not withdrawable. So that's the first thing. Two, getting the stable coin to your bank is also not possible because fiat withdrawals was never something that was enabled for US members in this project or in the previous project. That being said, there was talk in Miami last year about, that becoming a possibility, but it hasn't been spoken about since. And so therefore, I'm not going to talk about it because I've already said too much. All right. So we're going to continue to wait on the instructions for withdraw for the stable coin and see what happens. Remember, the stable coin was said to be withdrawable end of second quarter 2023. That information, like all other information before, still subject to change. So we want to remain patient. And of course, yes, let's stay vigilant and attentive to our newsletters to find out what's going on with that. Pam, you also said that there was another question. Let's get this other question. And then because we value people's time, if there are no other questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And we're just going to make this last question and comment the last of it. So what we got?
Was someone, Louisa was asking about someone on her team that has tried to do KYC 3 times and was not able to get approved, and she wanted to know if there was any advice. Number one, I found this out the hard way. Make sure before you even attempt to do your KYC, if you haven't already, look at your driver's license or whatever document you're using. Pay attention to the name. Go into the profile in your back office. Make sure that your name in the profile in your back office matches what's on that document. If it's your driver's license, and if you have a middle name, but it's not in your back office, you're going to need to enter that middle name in your back office before you attempt to do your KYC, because that's a surefire way for it not to be approved. Okay. So outside of, initiating the KYC in your back office, if it doesn't go through, because I understand there's a glitch and I haven't seen that it has been fixed. If you've tried it and you get that something about an extension error or something of that nature, please go ahead. And I know they're busy, but go in your back office and submit a ticket. Upload your driver's license front, back, and then also a picture of you holding your document, nothing obstructed, they need to see it, right? And your document. Last thing, with the document, if your document for verification says it's page 1 of 4, please submit all 4 pages. Do not redact anything.
No.
They don't really want to know what's in your bank account or your phone records or anything like that. They're looking at the document, the address, but don't redact. And, I've had 3 people to do that myself, and they've all gotten approved immediately. So the first thing is make sure you check profile before you get itchy fingers and start checking KYC and start, and your names haven't been corrected. So that's it.
Now, also in that same artery of what Pam just mentioned, if you have not included in your profile your address, your phone number, and all that other information, you may not be able to initiate the KYC process as well. So like if you're getting an error message and it's saying like, your nationality, et cetera, hasn't been completed, please be sure to click on your profile under the avatar. So like if you're on your mobile device, or even if you're on your computer and your desktop, click on the avatar, the little person in the circle, click on profile under that drop-down menu of settings. And then in your profile, check your information, check your address, check your phone number, check your email. All right, make sure all that stuff is included. And in regards to your phone numbers, you know, I did this with a member just an hour and a half ago. Be sure to include as Pam just put into the group chat, add the plus sign and then the 1 before your area code for members in the US. All right, and even possibly abroad. So, you know, put the plus symbol before the number that precedes your area code or your country code for your phone number. Then go back to your dashboard, click on that KYC button, and you should be able to then initiate the KYC process. If you're still having problems, give that method an attempt. If it's still not working and you've spoken with your sponsor, I'm going to ask you these questions because I'm about to offer myself out there again. Okay, so if you haven't spoken to your sponsor before you reach out to me, I'm going to tell you, please contact your sponsor. Why? Because I want anyone that's in my organization to contact me. I want to be the go-to person for my team. I introduced them to this opportunity. I have a responsibility to my team, all right? And again, I think that it's a responsibility that all members that are being sponsors, that are building their organization should take upon themselves. If as a sponsor, you're having difficulty and you can't answer or you can't support them, 3-way, let's go. Let's get the sponsor on there. Let's get the team member on there and myself, and let's get the cracking. Let's put some sweat equity into the game. All right. Pam, you want to add something?
Last thing, for those who have a mountain wolf, we don't have mountain wolf here in the United States. So because we don't do them, I don't have answers for mountain wolf. So you really would need to get with someone who does know. And if your sponsor is not available, they've got a sponsor, or just reach out in the community because there are people who are willing to help you. Right. If you are dealing with mountain wolf, we don't have it here.
Absolutely. And if you and your sponsor are dealing with mountain wolf and you're having problems or difficulty in your country of origin, right? Feel free to reach out to me. And then what I'll do is I'll post it into the group chat. And if any of the UK members are comfortable with assisting you, I'll connect you that way. All right. Because I don't want to just like say, oh, this person who's a leader in the community is open for you to just, and then like his or her, you know, Telegram inbox gets flooded with questions. So I'm not going to volunteer them for something. All right. Like we're going to get you assistance in whatever way that we can. Of course, we're going to do that in total compliance with what the terms and conditions of the group chat, as well as most importantly, terms and conditions of the company are. All right. So we're going to do that in total compliance because we don't have to cheat to be. All right. Now, that being said, there are no comments or questions in the group chat. Pam, you got anything that you want to leave the people with before we close out?
Just, you know, you stated patience earlier, and I just want to, you know, commend everybody for the patience that they have had, but continue to hold on because we are still up against, I mean, we see our dollars, you know, we're hurting and all of those things. And I apologize to anyone who's, you know, their cash is strapped, but remember, we are up against a monster, which is our current banking system. And Trillant is going to be an awesome thing when it is off the ground. Mm-hmm. It's going to knock people's heads off because they're not going to see it coming. And so all the things that are, you know, meeting us head on where we can't get what we want to get right now, just also remember that our CEO is doing a lot and we don't really know what he's going through on a daily basis. So where we're getting frustrated because we can't remember, he's got much more to lose than we do. And, you know, as far as us getting it, thanks for being a part of the community. We are all in this boat together and we are all going to succeed in this boat together. Absolutely. So, you know, just hold on. I know it's coming. And remember, you're not in it alone. We're all in it with you. So Absolutely. That's it.
Thank you, Pam. I want to also give shameless business plugs out to Louisa. Accentuation, definitely go check her business out. She is available on Trillando.com. I want to also encourage members to look out for Pam Ascension Progress Advantage.
I'm getting a website too.
Right, and she's getting
Soon.
the website too. So like for all of you who have supported Pam's business and, by supporting yourself, because
Data.
Pam is a health advocate, she's a wellness advocate. And
Thank
you've been able to support her by purchasing some of the CMOS that helps support your healthy body functions. All right, I want to also shamelessly plug myself and say that if you need health, consultations, until I am KYB verified, I'm offering all first-time consultations free. All right, there is absolutely no surcharge, no service fee or anything like that. I've found that the best way to create greater value or, just greater value behind my business is to serve the people as much as possible. So if you have health questions, if you have financial questions, all right, regarding anything, like as Pam said, in the traditional marketplace, a traditional banking system, which you need to have a license in order to be actively involved in yourself without someone else, right? I'm undergoing currently a licensing process in order to talk more about traditional securities, all right? And if you have questions about traditional securities, if you have questions about protecting your income, I'm giving you information. If you have questions about your health, I'm giving you information for free, okay? I want to be a waiter and an educator, all right? I want to show you what's on the menu of what's available for you and then teach you how to take advantage of those things. The best and most informed way to either purchase those things or undergo those processes, all right? So if you've got questions for me, feel free to reach out. Time is a very valuable asset, and I appreciate how much of an investment each one of you, all 31 of you, now 22, have made into spending time with us today. All right. Again, you spent some time with us today, and I hope that for your investment, you've gotten quite a bit out as a return. All right. Not only have you been informed, we hope that you've been educated, we hope that you've been empowered, and we hope that you know how to do more for yourself and those that you care about. Ladies and gentlemen, regardless of where you are in the world, we appreciate you for joining us. We wish you a great evening, a great afternoon, a great good morning to you wherever you are. Feel free to share a little love, unmute yourself on the way out. We love you, we thank you, and peace.
Cheers, guys. Thanks again.
Cheers, John.
Thanks,
Excellent.
guys. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, love mine.
Yeah.
Good to see
Lovely.
everybody here. Thank you so much for your time. You guys are the bomb.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I look
Thank you,
forward to
Brucey.
next time.
Love, man.
Thank you, Sven.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
All right.
Thanks, Pam. Hey, Prince.
Hey, Ken, good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Sure. Thank you.
Hey, Tom, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate you, my friend.
You too. Thank you.
Man,